Lunchtime Live, the show that allows you a unique access to the music, story, and words of the area's most phenomenal local artists and bands. I'm your host, Misha Sisikin. What are we waiting for? Let's get started.
Right, and welcome to yet another edition of Lunchtime Live, coming to you from the campus of California State University, San Bernardino. For the next hour, you are going to hear some phenomenal music from one of San Bernardino, Riverside, or San Diego County's greatest local bands. Today, we're delighted to tell you that we are joined in studio by the band That Art Thou from Riverside, California. So without further ado, let's get right to this band, right to their music, and right to the interview. Here again is your host, Misha Sisikin. Misha.
All right, thanks, Lacey. Morning, gentlemen. Hey. Oh, man. Glad to have That Art Thou here on the campus.
This is way cool.
Yeah. No, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's get into some introductions so we all get to know each other. I don't know which end wants to start here. Who wants to lead it off?
I'm Ryan Fonseca, and I play bass guitar for That Art Thou.
All right.
I'm Michael Perez. I play lead guitar, piano, and backup vocals.
All right.
My name is Jaron Paschke. I play rhythm guitar and write all the lyrics.
Awesome.
And then I'm Jake Reese, and I play drums and do backup vocals as well.
All right. First of all, how about the name, That Art Thou? Because, I mean, that's kind of...
Yeah.
how what'd you guys do there? Because sometimes, somebody comes up with something out of the blue, but, I mean, you kind of put some, older verbiage together. It's kind of cool.
It's, okay, so it's very underwhelming, actually, the name, because I was totally...
Well, play it up. No,
Mike
I'm just kidding.
Go big.
Yeah.
Go big.
Mike and I were trying to figure out a name, I remember, and I was in my world religions class, and my teacher was talking about this concept that's That Art Thou.
Yeah.
And I totally can't remember if it's, Hindu or Muslim or anything. I just remember just this vague, me hearing something.
Yeah.
And she was basically talking about how it means finding God within yourself, not looking into others. So I think that's cool because you build off yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that's what That Art Thou is a lot about. It's
on.
our music. It's very us, and we don't really have that influence, or really just don't want it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I like that.
That's fitting. Right
Yeah.
on. Yeah. That wasn't underwhelming.
That was
good.
Felt underwhelming.
We're whelmed. Okay, it's good. We're good.
I'm well.
Is anyone ever whelmed? I don't know. Write to us if you are. No, All right. So how long you guys been together? I mean, has this been the original lineup, or
The four of us. I don't know, how long would you say?
Man, probably almost a year now.
Almost a year. Yeah.
all
Almost
right?
a year now.
Yeah, I remember Jared and I started jamming a couple years ago, just ourselves, and then just about a year ago, we introduced these two other guys, and it's just been taking off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me and Jaron have been hanging out for a while, and we actually ran into each other at school, and he needed a bass player.
Yeah, we played a show together. And we played for 2 people.
That's how we met each other.
That's how we met.
And then a year later, he ran into me, and I started playing bass for him. Yeah, and then Jake came around about the same time I did. Yeah.
Yep.
So you guys been doing music for quite a while, or is this something you guys grew up with individually? I mean, obviously...
Mike was 5 when
Yeah,
we started.
definitely for me, music's been something I've done since I was 5. That's when I started my piano lessons and started doing guitar around 11. So it's just kind of taken off from there. I started doing bands in junior highs, but this has been the one that I've really stuck. So
Yeah. Right on. I mean, same story for you guys or
Pretty
anyone
much.
else?
My dad was a drummer, and so I just kind of...
So you grew up with it,
I had
yeah.
a drum set in the house from a very early age. There's videos of me playing when I was
Yeah.
barely old enough to reach the pedals and stuff. And then I did marching band in high school and the whole classical route, and moved into a classical approach to percussion with this group, definitely.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, I didn't really get into music until really start getting into music until I started listening to the Beatles and Jimi Hendrix in about 8th grade. And that's when I first picked up the bass. I wasn't really that good at it, and then I started playing the drums for about 3 years, and then I picked up the bass right around when I got back with these guys, and it actually helped my bass a lot, and I feel like I'm actually a much better bassist now. So
All right.
I was 12 when I started, and I just taught myself. It was just, the guitar was there, and I just went for it. My brother has been a musician his entire life, and I grew up with, going to his shows and doing all that. So we always had instruments lying around, or always had some type of music going on, and I just kind of picked up off it from there.
Okay, you guys are doing this. You've been together for about a year. How would you describe your sound?
It's just like, does it really matter what we sound like? If anything, isn't it better to not answer that question so they come to our shows and listen to us?
That's a good.
What does that band sound like?
Never thought of that before.
Really, let them discover for themselves. Genres are just labels. We're not a part of anyone's system.
So on the same hand, it seems like you're not really shooting for a target audience. It's just
everybody. Everybody can come out and enjoy it. Yeah,
a lot of people.
We always log it under alternative because that's such a broad listen to our music. You know what I mean? So.
No, right. That's a great frame of mind to have. It's real open, and you just kind of go with the flow. But you have your unique sound, which, you know what? How about we get into that right now because I keep talking it up. So the first one we'll listen to is 2 Years Too Long. We'll listen to it, get a little story afterwards, and this is 2 Years Too Long with That Art Thou here on Lunchtime Live.
Songs, and I've been waiting outside 2 years too long.
Oh, right. Oh, that was 2 Years Too Long by That Art Thou here on Lunchtime Live, and that's a good song. You got a lot of elements in there. It's laid back, but you're still it's powerful at the same time. Is there a story behind that one? How'd that one come about? Don't everyone answer at once. No.
Well, it's just kind of just been that song we always play. I wrote it in the very beginning of That Art Thou. It was the first thing I ever wrote, actually, for That Art Thou. And Mike and I when we were playing it. So it was just, my acoustic guitar and his. So then when we actually added Jake and then added Ryan, it became something greater.
It used to have a harmonica floating around.
We did slower. The first one was recorded in a closet. Nice. It's just gnarly. Yeah.
This song's changed 7 times.
It's been 7 or 8 times.
Right.
It's been a long road to get to this.
It's just become a staple of this band.
Yeah.
We play every show. It's just we have to play 2 years too long.
Yeah. No, it's a good one. It's well written. It's got good production value there. So
I thank Mr. Michael over here for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, that's. It's good because you guys seem to have a good dynamic amongst all of you, and you guys are able to feel each other out and
I think
get those parts through there. Yeah.
I've been in school with him since
kindergarten. Easy.
I've known him since I was 2.
Yes.
Ryan and I have known each other pretty well.
So not only do you have that good musician bond, but you guys are good friends as well.
Very good friends, yeah.
We hang out on the regular
all the time.
Yeah.
It's practice and hanging out.
Yeah.
It's a whole day affair.
So there you go. That's the best part, isn't it? All right. Well, on that note, on a good note, we're going to take a quick break because all this fancy equipment here we got to pay for it somehow. But don't you guys go anywhere. If you have to. But we're talking with That Art Thou here on Lunchtime Live.
Hey, don't forget that this edition of Lunchtime Live is being brought to you by Coyote Advertising. If you have a message or a product that you would like to get to the 19,000 students, staff, and faculty of Cal State San Bernardino, you need Coyote Advertising. Newspaper, radio, television, billboard, mobile, email marketing, and a lot more. Coyote Advertising, 909-537-3486. That's 537-3486 for Coyote Advertising, putting you in the right spot. Well, you're in the right spot right now. This is Lunchtime Live from Cal State San Bernardino. More with the band That Art Thou from Riverside in seconds. Stay with us. right, and welcome back to Lunchtime Live, coming to you from Cal State San Bernardino. Today we're joined in studio by the band That Art Thou from Riverside. So here again is your host, Misha Sisikin. Misha.
All right, thanks, Lacey. I'm glad nobody can see what goes on behind the scenes, right? It's some good times. Nothing bad, don't worry. Oh, man, yeah, we're having a great time here talking with That Art Thou, getting to know everyone and seeing what makes them. I don't know. I can't come up with the right words today.
It's a blue shirt.
Yeah, it is. That's right. It's the go-to shirt. That's right. We talked about what you do in the studio, so let's get out to live shows. What are you guys doing in live shows? I mean, I imagine it's a pretty good show to go to. I mean,
it's pretty fun.
Yeah, we keep it. What we try to do really is just keep it us on stage. We're not trying to add, crazy lights or pyrotechnics or anything. We just play the music that we love, and it just always comes out extremely powerful.
And the fire comes naturally.
It just comes naturally out of the guitars.
The sword and the blood.
Yeah, after
really,
the solo,
really
you got the
good.
smoke. Yeah, exactly.
We definitely try to keep as many mics on stage as possible, too, because it's kind of like this little playful banter that we get going.
Oh, okay.
We all kind of feed off each other, and we definitely incorporate that into our shows, too. So.
Nice.
It's a lot of fun.
I mean, I'd like to, because the dynamic you guys have here, I mean, I want to see that on stage, too, when you guys are actually playing. I imagine it must be it's a good show.
Yeah, I mean, it's like one of the coolest things about our shows is that it's not what you're getting on the album, Like, who wants to come to a live show to listen to the album, right? You can do that on the way there.
Right.
So our live shows, it's really about doing a new thing with it and keeping it fresh, so.
It's scary being alone on a stage in front of like 200 people, but when you have Ryan right next to you, I'm
sorry, I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh when my friends I'm so scared to be alone. I shouldn't laugh at my friends.
It's a little intimidating, like being on stage like that. But when I have Ryan next to me, like,
don't worry, dude.
You got the crew laughing. That's a good sign. Hey, but you know what? Let's keep this dynamic because let's listen to another song.
Okay.
Because this one's Without Me Around. I know it's a little different, but again, we'll listen to it. We'll get a little story behind it, and then we'll get back into this live stuff because I want to know. I know you guys want to know. This is Without Me Around by That Art Thou here on Lunchtime Live. Man, I don't know what's more fun, listening or the interview or what happens when the cameras and the mics are off. I don't know.
The in-between conversation.
Yeah, the in-between's pretty good. But okay, that was Without Me Around. Oh! Hey. All right, that was Without Me Around by That Art Thou. I don't know what they're doing. I'm probably as red as one of these lights now. I don't know.
This is all wrong.
I don't know.
Very wrong.
I don't know. If you know what's going on, write to it. No, just if you're whelmed right now, that is the word of the day. Whelmed.
It's going to be the title of our new single.
Yeah, this show is being brought to you by the word whelmed. Okay. All right, so that was a little different because it was a little more laid back. Start out the piano, which I'm biased. I mean, that's my instrument. I was like, yeah. So what was the story behind that one? Because, I mean, you guys, again, it was like you have the underlying sound, but, I mean, the style was a little different. It wasn't as upbeat, but it's not to say it was sleepy or anything like that, so.
Well, I would say that sound comes from, we were working with Brady, and Brady was our producer at the time, and Brady is one of the heads of the music department at Riverside City College, Norco.
Oh, okay.
And we were just good friends with him. He was giving us a lot of shows, and he was like, hey, we should lay down a track. And I was like, all right, I got this new song. And we just went in there, and it just happened, and it just came out so good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very different tone than anything else on the album. It's very different.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know. I guess I would put responsibility with Brady on that one.
Yeah, definitely. I would say out of all the songs on the EP, it's probably the most complex, especially my piano parts and the guitar leads and everything. It's very layered.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on the song. So, I mean, he produced the heck out of it, so.
Yeah.
It sounded, it just wasn't what it was when we went in there at first.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Just turning it, like this huge song out of nowhere. But yeah,
it's nice to have that outside perspective sometimes. I mean, sometimes it can take away from what you guys wanted at first, but I mean, in this case, it absolutely worked. Yeah, we did establish that you guys are not a band that's like, oh no, we have to stick to when we're doing live shows, we have to stick to the album. But I mean, so do you have any like different equipment or cool instruments you play? I mean, that kind of inspires you or kind of can lead you on a different direction, you know, and things like that.
Honestly,
for show, I don't know.
We're pretty raw. Like that's the best way I would put it. We really like to keep it stripped down.
Yeah.
So we don't really mess around with too many instruments. I know Darren actually just got a slide guitar.
Oh,
so that's gonna make
it's
gonna make an appearance sometime soon.
So that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, besides that, we try to keep it, you know, mellow and raw and real.
Yeah.
Above anything.
Well, we're gonna take another quick break. But we're not done talking because there's a lot more that we want to cover. But we're interviewing That Art Thou here on Lunchtime Live.
Hey, if you're enjoying this edition of Lunchtime Live on your favorite Time Warner, Charter Communication, or FiOS television channel, don't forget that Art Thou. Don't forget, That Art Thou and hundreds of other great local bands can be heard 24/7 on Coyote Radio. Listen online at radio.csusb.edu for That Art Thou and other bands, or simply Google Coyote Radio, Cal State, and enjoy. More with the band from Riverside, That Art Thou, in seconds. Stay with us.
Coyote Radio, we love a good Quiznos sub, and it's great because there's one close to campus off University Parkway. We decided to take our recorders to...
All right, it is the program that you're hearing so much about, the radio and television program Lunchtime Live, coming to you from Cal State San Bernardino, the program that brings you local artists from San Bernardino, Riverside, and San Diego counties, always the greatest bands at that. And today, not to be outdone, thou art there. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Just art thou.
Okay, no, say it again.
That art thou. That art thou.
That art thou.
There you go.
From Riverside. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, your host, Misha Sisikin. Misha.
Right. Thanks, Lacey. That's why we shouldn't do this in the morning. It's too early.
You know what's funny is I'm always so scared I'm going to mess up Sisikin. What the hell kind of last name is that?
You know what? You shouldn't be worried about that. You know who the hell I am. You need to come on. Focus on these guys.
Anyway, we're delighted you guys are here with us. We're honored.
All right, yeah. We've been having a great time. You guys been having a good time?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know, we should have probably touched on this earlier, but where do you guys find the inspiration for all this? I mean, what do you draw from? Is it do you have other influences like other musicians, or is it from life?
We're going to need to go down the line because it's different.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It doesn't have to be a group response.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
If I had to say who inspires me when I write, it's definitely Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Big time with this band. I don't know, just the ability to work with George Harrison the way Paul McCartney did. I mean, he's got so many great bass lines. I think "Here Comes the Sun" is where I really look. But also, I mean, his really awesome "I've Got a Feeling" bass line that's a sick one too.
For me personally, I'm influenced by a lot of classical music because I've been playing piano, since forever. Yeah. But anything by Beethoven, Mozart, honestly. But a lot of people say I play guitar like the piano.
Really?
So they say I kind of have like my own style going on, where I try to mix in all the classical theory and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. Classical is where I'm at.
All right.
This is going to be bad, but I never listen to music.
Whoa.
Talk radio.
Get out.
So bad.
News talk.
That Somebody That I Used to Know song.
Yeah.
I heard that for the first time the other day, and I was like, Mike,
we
have
haven't
you heard this
stopped
song,
listening
dude?
to it.
Have you heard
for
this
like...
song? And it came out like how long
like
ago?
a year.
Please go wait in the hallway.
I know, right? everyone was saying, dude.
So how do you pronounce that guy's name, by the way?
Goy.
Gauthier. And what's the chick? Zebra? Kimbra?
Kimbra, yeah.
I like Zebra better, actually.
Yeah,
It's all right. I just discovered that not long ago either,
Dude,
so don't feel bad.
Okay, so
feel
like
bad.
I don't really listen to like radio or anything like that. Like the only person that really comes to mind is I listen to I take a lot of my inspiration from Dallas Green from City and Color.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that's about where it stops.
I'd honestly, like, as much as I'd like to credit a famous musician for like, my play style and all that, my dad is the biggest influence on my drumming. Yeah. He's influenced by Carter Beauford from Dave Matthews Band and Neil Peart and Chad Smith. And I mean, I listen to all those guys, but hands down, my dad's the one who taught me all my good habits and all my bad habits. And, you know, so when it comes down to it, he's definitely the biggest influence on my playing.
Okay, well, we're going to stop right there because we're going to get another song, so you guys have some extra time to think.
All right. We
Sorry
need
if
that.
I
I'm the
cheated you.
drummer. I gotta,
All right.
slow it down for me.
He only had
That's
a whole
right.
cue card.
That's right. All right, so the last one we're going to listen to is called Nobody. So we'll listen to it again, story time after. We love story time. But this is Nobody by That Art Thou. Now I'm having trouble saying it.
You can do it. You can do it. Try it again.
That Art Thou. Here on Lunchtime Live.
Speak, oh, why should I speak?
Oh, man, I don't feel like a nobody after that one. That was a good one. Yeah.
Are you whelmed?
Yeah. You know what? I'm getting closer to being overwhelmed. Believe it or not.
I was just going to say
That's
that.
right, yeah.
Pushing the boundaries, going for 11.
All right. So, again, a little different style, kind of more relaxed, but a lot of stuff going on in there again. So, okay, we don't have a lot of time left, but let's get some more influences here, and then we'll talk about some business here. So, who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Okay.
Was it what does music do for me?
Yeah. Was
Okay.
it? Yeah.
Well, I think it.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad you remember it because
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, so.
It provides an outlet. Like I feel like, at least me, I know they are as well, but I'm a person who has a lot to say.
Right.
And I feel like music is the best way to convey that.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's good. Very good.
This kind of just piggybacks off what Ryan would say, but it's just music brings people together in a way that it's like the most primal form of human interaction.
Yeah.
Because music is what, you know, at least for musicians, is what you're passionate about. And when you take your passion and you pour it out, you know, in front of people with somebody else, like, I don't know, you just can't get closer to another person than when you do that. Like, we have
There
nights.
is one way.
Oh, hey.
But,
Just putting that out there.
Hey, settle down over there.
you know, regardless of, you know, that exception, the exception that proves the rule, I guess.
We're both
You
at the
know,
same time.
yeah, you
Whoa.
Oh, we
That's
had to
a
make it
whole
that
new
show
form.
now. Hey, this isn't going out on cable, so hang on there. This is community access.
But yeah, we have nights where we'll just sit down and we'll be playing, and we start, you know, a song like we're gonna play 2 Years Too Long right now, and then halfway through we just kind of decide to take a musical odyssey.
Yeah.
And then, you know, 6 minutes later, we're all looking at each other going, what did we just,
Yeah.
you know, do?
Yeah.
And we all kind of just get lost in the moment and stuff, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
Just being able to take a break from the hectic craziness of being an economics major or working at Starbucks or anything, and, you know,
Very
being
nice.
able to enjoy something passionate.
Now, okay, really quickly, where can everyone listen, download, buy if they want again? Where are the major sites?
All right. The biggest one, facebook.com/thatartthou.
Okay.
That is the portal to every other site that we are on.
Awesome. All right. Hey, that worked out. That's right. And you said EP is up on Bandcamp. You can download it for free.
For free on Bandcamp, for free on SoundCloud. We're available on iTunes for 99 cents a song, but I would say go to SoundCloud or go to the Bandcamp.
Right on.
Check us out on Spotify, too.
On Spotify as well.
And
we got a show on June 9th at the Whiskey.
That's right, okay.
June
More
9th.
Information on our shows is on that Facebook, too. Once again,
check it out.
Hit up the Facebook. That's all the information you'll ever need.
Very good. Very good. Yep. All right. Hey, thanks a lot, you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Glad having all the best to you in the
guys.
future. And that was That Art Thou. So I think we're ready to go, Lacey.
I think we are.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Hey, be sure and join us again next week for Lunchtime Live, and let us know about bands that you would like to see on future episodes of this program. We'll do what we can to get that band on our future program. San Bernardino, Riverside, and San Diego counties all offer some phenomenal groups and artists, so remember to support the musical groups of your neighborhood. And until we meet again, for the Academic Computing and Media Department at Cal State San Bernardino, as well as the entire staff of Coyote Radio, I'm Station Manager Lacey Kendall. You have a great week.